Hey, and welcome to this week's video. We're gonna go ahead and jump right in because we have a lot of drawings to get through. So this challenge, if you haven't heard of it before, involves going to this specific Pinterest board where the creator of the board has put together 100 different faces for drawing, and this video has been done multiple times, but I really wanted to do it just to kind of kickstart, my drawings and kind of reevaluating kind of where I am with my portrait drawing. So I made this little title page here that you can see just as a way to separate this part of my sketchbook from the other parts of my sketchbook. But yeah, I kept it pretty simple, so let's go ahead and start in on our first 10 faces. Now, I started quite ambitiously here. I was like doing lots of details, and I started pretty strong, honestly. These first two faces look really nice. They look a lot like the reference picture. But I kind of realized quickly that I can't really be putting in that much effort into every single face, because this would take forever. These first 10 faces, like this first little spread here, took me like an hour and a half. So, I mean, if anything, please, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, because this little 12-minute video you're watching took me like 10 hours to make. So, 10 hours worth of drawing, okay? But I would say my first 10 were pretty strong. I just was following along with the Pinterest board. Nothing too crazy. I was enjoying doing some pencil sketches. I use color pencil a lot, so it was kind of fun just to do something new. Or not something new, but go back to my roots. Be able to erase, which I can't always do. So after day one, I realized, like, okay, I don't have time to do all these like bigger portraits, so I decided that on the left side of the page I would grid it off into 9 squares and do 9 like quick studies with like lower pressure, and then on the 10th one, or the 20th one I guess I could say, I did a more like fledged out, like really took my time, did lots of shading. Also, number 14, I gotta point it out because that one was like my favorite one I did. I don't know, I just felt like something clicked in my head, and it really helped motivate me to like push through and like keep doing this challenge, because it was little moments like that where I was like, oh, I do know how to draw, that I suddenly like it just really made me want to push through on this challenge. Here, number 20, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, using that kind of like shading thing that I did on number 14, implementing it. Here on these next 10, I decided I wanted to also alternate between realism and cartooning, because I draw myself as a cartoon a lot, but I need more practice of drawing other people. Also, does anyone else's cat just sit on their sketchbook when they're drawing and like really just get up in there? Yeah, I feel like we need a cat counter for how many times she like pops into the frame. Anyway, so I want to practice drawing more cartoons of different like races and haircuts and facial expressions, because I just kind of draw myself and like my boyfriend when I'm doing things. Oh yeah, my video cut out because I kept running out of memory, because yeah, let me tell you all, hours of footage for this 12-minute video, and my phone kept running out of memory. Yeah, so then I jumped back into doing portraits, but I wanted to use ballpoint pen and then some shading with my highlighter. Literally, it's a big pen and it's a big highlighter, like can't go wrong. Cheapest art materials ever, and I think this page might be one of my favorites. It's just so pretty the way the blues go together, and it's so simple. And even though I didn't have the ability to erase like I did with the pencil, I felt like I was able to still create like really nice drawings here. Also, I got a lot better at drawing ears along the way as well. So these are all just benefits of drawing 100 faces in like 8 days. So yeah, I was really happy with how this one turned out. Here on our next 10, I was like, okay, I had fun with the blue pen and the blue highlighter, so let me try a black pen with purple highlighter. The purple was just a little bit darker than the blue, so I found I had to, like, while it was wet, kind of smudge it out with my finger. These ELO sketchbooks are pretty good with marker and stuff like that, so it doesn't dry down super fast, so I had some time between when it would dry that I could, like, blend it out a little bit with my finger. My fingers were very, very dirty after the spread. I had ink all over the sides of my hands. I was struggling with that first pen I was using, not drying down fast enough, so I moved over to a black ballpoint pen. I think it worked a little bit better. Overall, I wasn't super happy with that, so I moved over to a pencil and did more cartoons. These 5 cartoons are really fun, and they're definitely like faces and expressions and hairstyles I like have never done before, so it was good fun, good practice. Then I moved in with my trusty old color pencils. This spread is also kind of high up on my favorites. I am just so comfortable with color pencils. I'm very comfortable with like the amount of pressure to apply and like how to get the good gradients and things. So it's just a comfort zone for me. And I think it shows in this spread when everything kind of turned out nice. Also, I kind of played around with not always having to draw the whole head, sometimes zooming in. So yeah. And I think this green one, this was probably my favorite. The original piece was a statue. I realized I love drawing the statues. There's something about them that was just so easy to draw. I think maybe it's because it's already gone through the filter of an artist, and then I'm just refiltering it again through yet another artistic medium. I don't know. Oh, and so we really changed it up here. I decided I didn't want to draw any more people from the Pinterest board for a minute. I was kind of like over it. So I went to the library and I brought my iPad and I drew people at the library. And you know, there was a couple moments I felt creepy when I was just like staring at people. Particularly, there was like lots of like high school aged kids there when I was there, because they were like there was like some tutors and they were being tutored, and like every 30 minutes the kids would trade out with a different kid, and then I was like, I'm just staring at these like high school kids and drawing them. Is this creepy? I don't know. Anyway, I felt like it was really beneficial going, because a lot of the people on the Pinterest page, while they're all different races and ethnicities, you know, they all were models, mostly models. And so it was nice to just draw some just regular people. I don't know. And also I realized the Pinterest page didn't have anybody with glasses until I went to the library and drew people with glasses. So here I'm going back into cartooning, but I'm drawing people from memory. I do this whole spread of 10 just based on some friends that I have, you know, just some friends. This was really fun because these are people whose personalities I honestly know, and like people that are important to me. So being able to like attempt to capture their like personalities in the cartoon was an important step, I think, for me. And I've like doodled some of these people before, but I never really just like sat down and been like, I'm gonna like draw them and try and make it like a thing. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I posted it on my Instagram for all my friends to see. And it was fun. Good fun. Alright, I decided, okay, I guess I gotta do a little bit more realism, because I know for a fact I want to do more cartoons right now. So I hopped back onto the Pinterest board to do a few more faces. I just skimmed through to see if there's any other cool ones that maybe I was saving or I skipped over. So yeah, I do a couple of like realism here, but I do end up jumping back into cartoons. And I really wanted an excuse to use the blue on blue combo again, but this time I did less shading and more like accent bits of the drawing. I don't know. Yeah, I think honestly these last few spreads I'm really happy with overall. I think I was kind of getting into the groove of it. I'd kind of realized some things about my cartooning style that I want to keep up with. And I don't know, it was, I just had a lot of epiphanies, and there's too much, there's literally 100 drawings. It's too much to talk about in one go. On this last page, I decided I wanted to do family members, and I tried drawing my brother realistically, and then it really kind of creeped me out. So then I was like, okay, we're doing family and cartoons then. There's my little niece River. She looks like a turtle in this picture. I don't know what to tell you about that. But anyway, I'm really happy with how these turned out, because it, like, I feel like they really have the essence of my family in them, and like I look at them and I'm like, yeah, yep, there, that's my brother. Oh, there's my mom. I just really like how my dad turned out. It really looks like him. And then for the final big old finale, I decided to do a self-portrait of myself. Actually, I think out of all the drawings, I am the least proud of this one. It's okay, but I just feel like it doesn't really look like me. But it's whatever. So here, let's do a quick little flip through of all 100 faces, a little slower in case you weren't able to see any during that super fast time lapse. Like I said, 10 hours down to like 10 minutes, okay? It's a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really recommend this challenge for anyone who's trying to reevaluate their art and kind of study, learn new things about themselves and their art making. The only way to do it is to, well, do it. So I learned a lot, and I think you guys can too. Overall, it took me 7 days of drawing, because a couple of days I doubled up and did 20 drawings in one day. But it took place over the span of 9 days, because I took a Saturday and Sunday off for the weekend. I think you guys can do this, but I'll see you guys next week in my next riveting art video.